Zeus, latter half of the rotation, y'all. Peace, love, and gnosis. All stars are good. 3 fifth star systems, 3 spaceships. Okay. Four. 9/11. 12,990 to 9. No, 912. 12,909 to 913. Now, okay, and the date is based off the age, the month, you know, true month, and true date, true calendar days. So that being said, okay, now these 2 transits I'm about to cover. These already passed. These already, separate aspects. So it'd be more like after an after transit review, because I've I've recently, you know, start viewing and seeing, where it's sad season, the importance of like transmitting these separated aspects, because I used to just be like, well, they already occurred. I don't need to cover that stuff like that. But I used to have that view, and what's to come. To speak on those things, because like vision going forward is very crucial, very important, very crucial. But at the same time, be able to sit back, and reflect on the jewels that we have crystallized and received, to be able to go forward more with more jewels in our chest, and being able to see them, really being able. When you can be in the frequencies of what's done transpired and had come to pass. So therefore, gnosis and wisdom just flowing out there in the ocean. I know Neptune has sped back up. It's in the post shadow phase, you know, ain't full speed yet, Instead of just flowing out there in the ocean and you just like you just grasping at nebulous jewels, like you actually have them on hand, solidified. Way that way, if in that way anybody come at you sideways, stuff like that, about your view and your notices be like, look at here. That's like that's why one thing is crucial to like write it down. Take notes. Write it down. Don't just let it pass. Don't just let it pass. I know, I know for quite a bit of us with fire energy, sad energy, stuff like that, we just like to, no, don't, sometimes, no, write it down. So you can be more solid with it. Yeah. Now, okay, at 3:25 a.m. UT, the moon sets out Pluto. So that being said, like, and before I go any further, okay, it's speak on your alignments by dissension and by evolution. Yeah. Depending on how these alignments hit your map, this is a collective read. Personal reads will be in the description. Okay. Now, moon sets out Pluto. Pluto is in Cap. Pluto is aligned with Peacock. These are where fit stars. These are Ptolemy aspects. So that's the like that's the humble pure awareness of how established 3D security Pluto is on. Scorpio Gregorian. Scorpio Duat. So that being said, it's really being purely, deeply, truly aware of how to establish your 3D security in this realm. So that being said, it's a waning. Moon is our vehicle, so that still waning moon. Scorpio dark moon. Magic works. Scorpio dark moon is the ultimate time to get real things, like ultimate time to be real things. With situations you don't want to deal with or none of that, but okay. The Wayne Scorpio moon is more of a purification. Yeah, it's more of a cleanse. No longer via combustor, so the fuckery is gone, gone, gone. So that being said, like, you know, the manifestation of that pure new terrain that you deeply vibe with. Okay. At 4:22 a.m. UT. Okay, Moon square Jupiter. So having said Jupiter Aquarius is the reception of the maintenance of 3D security that sit above the crux of 3D. And so that being said, like you might have like, you know, it's the expansion of the connection with the human side of the collective, like, you know, new new technological innovations, you know, higher illuminations, asterical knowledge expanse, you know, the expansion and out the box views and philosophy. Me personally, due to what had Jupiter trans in my alignment and stuff like that, I'm looking 227 Gregorian. I'm looking at a lot of stuff that transpired on this 11 space, yeah, internet, the expansion of all the out out the box out the box viewpoints and views up in this 11 space. I'm looking out this. I'm like, man, y'all, what is y'all coming from some of this? Now, come on. But I know that's how Jupiter is aligned is with my map, and I'm just like, but anyways, and you know that has even like expanded my view on a lot on a lot of this stuff that's going on. So it's like, particularly like when I say human side the collective, I say the human side the collective, you know, because I said Jupiter esoteric ruler of Aquarius. You know, Jupiter is in his joy in the 11th house and the space of his lover, Ganymede. So like that. So 11th house is one thing. This space is one thing. It deals with the internet technology, the humanistic side of astrology. You know, long term hopes and wishes. You know, and way I'm seeing the folk. Let me get back. Let's get back to the alignments, but let's see how folks and on one duality, I'm like, you know what, you know, that's a fresh That's a fresh new view. I like particularly when it comes in those frequencies crystallize about how particular groups of people are and stuff like that. You requires like the expansion of knowledge on how people are and stuff on how people. And on the other side, I'm just like, you know what? This is for the fucking birds right here. This is for birds right here. Really, I'm like, we are really having these frequency transmissions and all these lives and these discussions up here about. Um, and that being said, like since Jupiter is expansion, like say, like you're, like you, like you are receiving, want to like expand your connection with humanity, with people, stuff like that. You know, also expanding your technological knowledge, Asterical knowledge, if it's if it's in your downloads, expanding and increasing your cosmic illumination downloads. Those are increasing at this time because let's say Oranos, the originator, Father Sky, the original Father Sky. Okay, now with the waning moon, with the waning moon square that, unlike you know, and moon have via combustion. Moon being that via combusted since earlier the previous rotation. So that being said, like okay, the way the way you are maintaining your own vibe, it's in a tussle to human side, the collective, of they want like connect more with they want to connect more with people, like the illuminations that you're expanding on, that you're receiving, technology, sciences, like even hysterical knowledge and stuff like that. If it's here in those said energies and spaces, but the wane, I like the wine and stuff like that. Be like, you know what? I flow. I flow. I flow. I don't just let it come in. You're not like you're not going to be able to stash your foundation unless it's hitting your Saturn, Uranus, or Pluto. Then play it differently. but it's it's more of a flow because like waxing moon it just be like okay like and fit signs too like the constant sustained tussle of expand like expanding on how you connect like that, but also has and the security of that, you know. So there be that iron, there be that iron like going going forth, or it's like experiencing the expansion of experiencing stuff like you are just not deeply comfortable with in order to connect to like the human side, the collective, technological knowledge, science, even hysterical knowledge. I'm telling you the truth. It's like it's like really receiving higher illuminations and downloads that you are not deeply comfortable with, but with the waning moon that has subsided, the tussle has subsided, and you're open to flow. Like so, yeah. Okay, now. Okay, the next day, actually, same rotation. Um, at 11:12 a.m. UT, okay, the moon will go into Sagittarius. And moon be on that Scorpio Sag cusp, so it's the vibe of how we maintain our vibrational security, and we're taking that and we're shifting our awareness with it's like having that linseed oil. Bat read the torch. Bat, all right, bat. And that's all I gotta say. Linseed oil vibe for drill. You know? Waxing, it's waxing, no, waning. Waning is like, yeah, you really not vibing with torch and shit, man. Unless it's aspecting like, Saturn, manifest, Uranus, or Pluto. Then you still like, this, because Uranus gonna do what the fuck ever anyway. Pluto gets Saturn. It like kind of reaps, karma. So that being said, Got one of those stairs, gonna be like solidly white. Solid white. Everybody else, you gonna be there solidly with that linseed oil. Like, you know what? I'm about to feel. You know, that's the step right before you torch it. Okay, at 12:30 a.m. UT, you have Saturn sextile Vesta. And that Saturn Aquarius, that's crux of 3D over the reception statements of, technological knowledge crystallized, hysterical knowledge crystallized, groups and associations crystallized. And like I'm not gonna speak on the third. I'm not gonna speak on the third Saturn Aquarius square that has occurred this Gregorian year. I'm not going to speak on that yet because true year, okay, the true year, this would be the second Saturn Uranus square because and speaking on the Gregorian year, like speaking on Gregorian year, like it occurred like Aquarius season. It occurred February, and that was Aquarius season of the last solar cycle. So with that being said, boy, I tell you, all these frequency block just, man, they just fucking don't want me to say, son. I'm telling you, there. But anyways, that Saturn Aquarius, that's the crystallization of hysterical, you know, crystallization of hysterical knowledge, groups, associations, you know, like those that have like manifested for you solidly, you know, even even the crystallization of the frequencies that you are secure with. Cause anyways, cause crux of 3D. When I say crux of 3D, it's like okay, the cross of this realm when it comes to things of Aquarius, when it comes to those maintained frequencies. When it comes to that vacuum, that vacuum in that tin chamber, it's sealed off. That air is sealed off. Okay, Vesta is really in domicile in Sagittarius and Pisces because she was tending whose fires? Zeus's fires. And so, that's a dedication to, masculine side spirituality, things of cosmos, you know, all awareness shifts, you know, things of higher mind, philosophies. If it's occurring one of your earth houses, so, that's the crystallization. That's the crystallization and the manifestation of those groups and associations those higher illuminations sealed. Those decided got down and sealed of the fires of the awareness is going to is going to support that, and tend into it. Wherever you go to, masculine side of wisdom wise, that crystallization, that manifestation, that lockage, that sealage will support. Um, okay, at in alignment with the South Node, and this not counting. Fuck it, I gotta do it. This not counting contra parallels. I should start covering those more in these Asterical alignment, frequency trans. That being said, like the waning Sag moon, unless this is in alignment with your Saturn, Uranus, or Pluto. Okay, and it be of course same time opposing North Node, working with nodes, keeping balance, keeping balance. And I know like during a like nodal transit, particularly particularly an align, particularly a alignment or opposition, it's gonna be hard. Same thing with in synastry like that, but that's a whole different frequency transmission. That being said, like you know, and still on Scorpio Sag cuff, so you know, unless in alignment with one of those four metric stairs, the heavy hitters, I'm not counting Neptune. Neptune don't count. Neptune do not count at all. You know, the heavy hitters, Saturn, Uranus, and Pluto. I know, like traditionally, in the previous views, they were considered the malefics along with Mars, but the big, like the big heavy hitters, because heavy hitters they gonna do what they do anyway. um, that linseed oil, I want to say that linseed oil that you needed, that you need to vibe with, torching some shit down to be able to go for it. Not gonna be available. Um, at okay, at 14:09 8 p.m. UT. Okay, you have the nodes slow back down. So like the nodes is where the moon crosses orbits around the sun. So with that being said, the moon is the most irregular in motion. You know, hand casting map, I can speak from experience. Hand casting maps, I speak from experience. Um, you have the 24-hour movement for the rest of the series, and the 12-hour movement for the moon, because the moon has the most like irregular speed going. So with that being said, like going forth, and a retrograde occurs And it's real slow, and it's real slow, and like it's really a slow down the speed with which they're moving at the about constant rate. But when the other stairs slow down, they appear to be like going backwards, and that's from the heliocentric view. You know, you know, it's I'm still up here blazing these arrows and frequencies up in this space, up in this space, stuff like that. You know, two, like two, let people know, two, tell people. You know, like two, two spread my jewels, because you know that there's a lot of there's a lot of views up here that just being absolutely touted as, you know, the views of the good news, and you know how you can tell. It really depends on what it really. If you working with it, if you are working with a ephemeris, you could definitely tell with the speed stuff like that. But you know, certain softwares will also would also like particular stairs has a gain movement for a day, or you know, or has it slowed down for a day, in case you know, like a retrograde. That's a slow down, you know. Stationary retrograde where it starts slowing down, you know. Yeah, you know, with the node slowing down, Taurus, Gemini, cusp. I gotta say, in reflection, those frequency transmissions would be more toward geared to the solidification values, security, resources, you know, internal or external, like more geared towards like the maintenance of those trees. It's gonna be more the tops of the trees that's going to be planted, and you know, the nose just got off of Alcyon. Alcyon. Yep. My knowledge and gnosis so far has a lot of weepage that's going on, and at 16:51 p.m. UT. Okay, at the moon opposite Ceres. Okay. Okay. By then, moon would be fully in Sag by then, because Ceres. Because at that point, Ceres would be at. Yeah, 3 degrees, 34 minutes of arc, and 8 seconds. So at that time, you know, unless unless the moon aspect to your Pluto, Uranus or Saturn, okay, that point and spot of the field where you was aerating, that tussle will be gone. Okay, that tussle will be gone, stuff like that, because you won't feel like expanding to another spot of the field of the land. Yeah, it'd be nurturing. Okay, at 2:32 p.m. UT. Okay. Ooh, I love Lilith transits. Like, typically, since I am pretty within myself still to this point in my evolution. 308 Gregorian. 3 plus 8, 11. 11. 1 plus 1, 2. And that's a Mercury opposite. Lilith is in Gemini. Slow down. The wild, untamed vibes, and she fucking realized, no, I'm not done cutting that shit that damn size. I'm not done. I'm not finished. I'm not done. That shit over there needs to be dealt with. And I'm going back to further cut that shit down. Yeah? Lilith, like I say, Lilith is not bound to the crux of this realm. She sits above. It's the sigil. The sigil, the earth, the crux of 3D, and she sits above. So therefore, Un- Unlike, Luna, where, she's more about nurturing things of this realm, so like that. She's one of the day-try-push-the rulers of earth signs. What, unlike what she, unlike what she ends up doing, it's like, you know what? Fuck trying to nurture this shit down. This shit is what beneath me. Fuck that. And so she's going back, like she slowed down, so she's going back and being like, you know what tried to confine me, what tried to pull me down, I got finished slashing that shit. Dual swords, John. I finished slashing that shit. um mercury Mercury opposite that, it's like, okay, but the frequencies, like I said, Mercury is neutral and dry in temperament. Mercury is in a masculine. Mercury is in a masculine sign, and I don't know why. The view is okay. Mercury is falling in the signs of Jupiter, cause Mercury is lower mind, Jupiter be higher mind. Like, Mercury is receiving those awareness shifts that guide that and what to manifest in a 3D. So it's like, okay, like what we're speaking, communicating, think of, unless it's an aspect to one of those heavy hitters or more, or doing some squares or some other hard aspects to your map. Like, keep that in mind. This is a general read. Information in the description as always, but that being said, like have we received, like, our thoughts, intellect, communication, you know mark marketry, transactions, but that has to do more with mundane and horary astrology. So, or it's still going A space root, but that's another one. um like, you gotta bring, because the opposition is the second harmonic, like, you gotta bring the way you're thinking, because Mercury also magic, it's also inquiry in horary astrology, particularly event horary. It's also inquiry, like the question itself. So, like, you gotta bring that into balance with fucking chopping down with what what try to contain you. Otherwise, Otherwise, you gonna be and I got check to do why of that. I got check to do odds. If it Capricorn do what? No, wait a minute. Taurus do what? So and Lilith is in the Scorpio do what? A Gemini. So otherwise, okay, you're like Taurus do what? That's like more traditionalist philosophies. When comes things like higher mind, it's about more like it's about more like that ground, that tree, that that blaze, that whole expanse beyond stuff there. But Lilith is really truly deeply fucking tired shit Scorpio Duwad, and she like, you know what, she is fucking relentless. She going back to being relentless, stuff like that. And so you got to be, and like, you got, and I'm saying you particularly your lip, if this activating your Lilith, or you really prominent or dominant, something like that. Okay, like your thinking and communication, and more towards the traditional views, like traditional views, like traditional high front stuff, because high front grew over Taurus, like the traditional views, traditional philosophies, this, that, and third, like things are higher mind, like you more about, like you're not trying to go out, expand, and explore and stuff like that. No, okay, now you see already got what's already there, stuff like that. Well, Lil, if she trying to break free of shit like that, she like, you know what? She trying to break free of that crux. She's not within the bounds, and she like, you know what? This crux really trying to pull me down. So, slay. So, but you gotta bring it into balance. Like, so, so you can have your terrain that's expansive, but does not restrict when it comes to like, thinking, communication, writing, you know, broadcasting, journalism. All right, you know. But anyways, all right, and one more thing, um, one more frequency I like to touch on, like if you are not, if you have not gained the full jewel of local space astrology, geomancy, using the true divine compass to guide, you know, and astrocartography. Look, I want to say, look at where one of your earth energy lines run through, because see how your view of that will actually in 3D expand from the goods, tangibilities that you actually gain. And I'm telling you,